Saddam Hussein revisited. He sparked the crisis in the Middle East. We try to discover what lies behind the mask. Hussein has misled his friends in the Arab world and made enemies of most other nations. ABC's Primetime Live has updated its exclusive interview to try to understand what drives this dangerous man.
Do you believe in your heart there will be war in the Middle East again in the next year, year and a half?
نحن لا نريد الحرب.
We do not want war.
العراق يعرف ماذا تعني الحرب.
Iraq knows exactly what war means.
العراق حارب 8 سنوات.
Iraq has fought for 8 years.
أعتقد أنها ستتغير.
I am optimistic.
بإمكان الصغار أن يتوصلوا بسرعة.
The smaller countries can easily and quickly achieve peace if only they could avoid the evil of the big brothers.
What kind of a man is this who would crush a neighbor like he would an insect? What kind of a man would lie to his friends, Egypt and Jordan? What kind of a man would be perfectly willing to let the world condemn him as long as it doesn't stop him? The Saddam Hussein we saw in Baghdad was not a ranting madman. He was articulate, calculating, and cold. His handshake was quick and careless. In the 3 hours we spent with him, he never laughed out loud. He never raised his voice. It was the icy calm and coherence of a man who has spent more than 20 years looking into the mirror of his ambition. From the moment you set foot in Iraq, he is everywhere. The artists who make these paintings are said to put a drop of their own blood in the paint. Children are taught to sing songs like Saddam, Saddam, victorious, our beloved. You carry the nation's dawn between your eyes. With us, Hussein was not the least bit apologetic or embarrassed. He said he has transformed the country. He is modern Iraq.
I understand the criticism that some of the Western people in the West may issue about such phenomena.
ولكن صدام حسين
But Saddam Hussein
موجود في أي كمية حليب
is present in any quantity of milk given to a child.
في أي جاكيت نظيف
And is present in any clean or new jacket that an Iraqi may wear.
وموجود
And Saddam Hussein is present also in the decision that brought back the oil revenues to the Iraqis after they had gone to the foreigners for a long time.
Which is one of his justifications for seizing Kuwait, that real Arabs wouldn't let so much oil revenue get into pro-Western hands.
We think of Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and Lebanon and those countries as countries. They don't think of them as countries. They know that those countries, in many instances, were drawn on a map with a pencil by someone in London. There are a lot of conversation around that he's a madman and crazy and so forth. I don't happen to believe he is at all. He's a strong man. He's an intelligent man. He has a totally different value set than those of us in the United States would have.
A value system based on one word: power. It's a word whose meaning he learned early growing up in a village in colonial Iraq. Saddam Hussein still has a traditional tattoo to remind him of the time when he was a child with little milk and few clothes. Yet not far away from his poor village was a crumbling memory of the ancient power of Iraq, Babylon, where King Nebuchadnezzar crushed people underfoot but built a great civilization, one, by the way, that included Kuwait. As president, Saddam Hussein has rebuilt those ruins and put his stamp on some of the bricks, right beside the stamp of the ancient Iraqi kings. Hussein told us that eventually he ran away from his village to go to school, but school was a struggle, and he still doesn't seem to trust books. May I ask any favorites?
أقرأ ولا أحفظ.
I usually read, but not keep in the heart or learn by heart.
لا أحفظ تفاصيل.
I do not keep details.
هي نفسي لأن لا أحفظ تفاصيل.
I had prepared myself not to indulge into keeping details in mind.
وإنما أقرأ لأكون فكرة.
But go on reading in order to formulate an idea.
He is an intelligent man, but he's uneducated and he's unsophisticated. And the concepts of history and regional forces and the movement of things over time is something that is foreign to his thinking.
Yet as a boy, he fastened on to the Arab vision of Gamal Abdel Nasser, the Egyptian leader who tried to unite the Arabs against foreign domination. He joined the revolutionary Ba'ath Party in Iraq, and at age 22 was hand-picked to assassinate Iraq's military leader. That attempt failed, and Hussein made a legendary flight across the desert to safety. And now that Hussein himself is in power, he is making sure there are no young Saddams lurking near him. He has watched other Arab leaders die violently, military officers killing Anwar Sadat in Egypt, a family member murdering Saudi King Faisal. So Hussein's approach is to snuff out the opposition when it's still just a murmur of dissent. He is said to murder not only enemies, but friends and family, sometimes personally. Hussein's aides were heard to gasp when we asked direct questions. There was a report that you personally killed a cabinet minister who said that you should resign. Did you?
أنا أسأل نفس السؤال.
Let me ask you, do you personally believe that this is true?
I'm asking
I'm leaving doors open in front of you to go to the Iraqi people and talk to them in private and see anybody you like. It's not part of our way to kill.
Have you ever personally killed someone who opposed you?
في خلاف معه لم يحصل هذا على الإطلاق.
Never happened. It has never happened. I have never killed anybody.